So we've been looking at, measuring communities. Now we do it not only by the county, but we do it by the city as well. One of the things that we sometimes do with community is, who wants to be a community economics millionaire? I'm just going to show you a couple of slides about what's happening in Fillmore County. When we do this with communities, we'll bring out, of course, we've got the maiden prizes. You've got $100, $500, $1,000, and $1 million. Like a $100 question would be, what percent of Fillmore County residents are over the age of 65? You get to choose. And you're right, 19.3. When we take a look, and what this makes a difference is when we're looking at economic strategies within a community, you need to be looking at the demographics. You need to look at what is our age categories. What do people in these age categories buy? What do they spend their money on? Also, you're looking at what kind of workforce do we have? If we're trying to bring new businesses in, what kind of workforce do we have available to be coming there?
What year is that based on?
This would be based on the 2000 census. Yeah. Okay. The $500 question is, what's the median household income in Fillmore County? Which is where the household income, half of the people are above it and half the people are below it. And we've got ranges anywhere here from 26,000 to 58,000. Actually, about 41,000 on household incomes. And so we take a look, and how do we compare to the other counties around us? It's close. And now you can't necessarily make a lot of assumptions just from this. Remember when I showed the colorful map of the state of Minnesota and one of the other red counties? What was one of the other red counties in our area? Dodge. And Dodge has one of the higher median incomes. That's it exactly, is the people are, that's right. People they have nice jobs in the communities outside them. And so it's bringing money in, but that doesn't mean they're spending it to buying anything. Dodge County, if you want to buy something, it better be a cement mixer truck or a dump truck. You can't spend a lot of money in Dodge County. I mean, we don't have a lot of retail stores there. We have a good assortment of grocery stores and hardware stores. Our main clothing store in the county basically closed this last year. So, we don't have a lot of options for making purchases in Dodge County. So, that's one of the things we run into. But it's one of those things that become a factor in what we're doing. Now we start getting a little bit harder questions. What's the total amount of retail and service sales in Fillmore County? And we've got anywhere from about 100 million up to 330 million. That's up here. We're at about $238 million in retail and service sales that happen within the county. When we take a look at gross sales, it's slowly, it's a pretty steady line. If I should put the other counties around us up here, though, you'd see that it isn't anywhere near what the other counties around are. And really, you look at the growth in taxable sales, and there hasn't been much growth in taxable sales. We just aren't seeing a lot of growth within the county. The $1 million question is, what percent of retail sales leaked out of the county? Now, you saw the graphic earlier, so this should be a real easy one. Yeah. When we take a look at what percent of the retail sales are leaking out of the county, it's about 52%. In other words, if you take what we estimate for sales based on what people have for income and their population, it is, and it hasn't been very good for many years. I mean, it did have some climbs in the late 1990s. And then it fell off again. Now, when I work with communities, we actually look at a lot of data from different industries within the communities. So we take a look at those and see, okay, what do we know? And we work with the community on saying, okay, why did we see certain things? And then we look at the strategies. That's what we come up with, the small store success strategies. What changes do we need to make in our communities to make a lasting change? What changes need to be made by you and me as shoppers? Or what needs to be done by the businesses? What can be done by the local governments and the EDAs? And what can be done by state and federal governments? We've worked with these workshops really. This slide actually is probably a couple years old. We've worked with a lot more communities than what you're seeing here now. We're probably, actually we get invited to come back again to many communities over and over again as we work on more programs. But we're probably in about close to 40 counties right now. Down in southeastern Minnesota, we've been doing some things now in Wabasha counties. We're going to be doing Goodhue County. We've done Le Sueur County, Scott County, and Fillmore County. So we have been doing a lot more presentations and working with communities on this. I think probably the closest one that I've done a lot of work with has been Spring Valley, as far as working with them here a few months ago. The communities have been very satisfied with this. In fact, many of the communities that we do, we work with them and they ask us, can you give us updated numbers? Every year the new sales tax numbers come out and they want to see the new numbers so they can see what changes are happening. We're getting a lot of coverage by TV programs, by newspapers. Development officials have been very happy with this. They've supported it for receiving awards. And towns are asking Extension to come back and help with other programs. In Faribault, it was front page news. Staying alive. What can we do within our community? What were some of the strategies that were talked about at the meeting? So it has been something that really has been popular to work with communities. They're using these reports and the information to start developing plans. What we try to do is create greater networks between retailers because solutions require group efforts. To be sustainable, that's one of the things that has to happen. Retailers are looking at the merchandising marketing and they're looking at it in a new perspective. And then they're doing requests for consumer surveys because that's some of the things that then they know what do the towns want. One of the people that I admire on how to really revitalize a downtown and create some economic development downtown is Bill Ryan from Wisconsin. And I got to say, I glean a lot of things from what he does because he's been a very good information source. He's kind of a one-man shop in Wisconsin, whereas we have about 9 of us across the state doing the work that I do. Bill Ryan is the one who does it in all of Wisconsin. And so he gets out in a lot of communities and looks at a lot of examples. And when we talk about realistic themes for what downtowns can be, some of the things that he's done in Wisconsin that I think are very realistic for Minnesota are some of these, where we have lifestyle and wellness retail, where communities get known for, I want to say, in some ways, the sustainability. We're seeing a lot more towns that are looking at farmers markets and things like that, where we're seeing that type of promotion. You're also seeing towns that lose weight together or various things like that. That's all kind of organized. And the retailers are supporting this as well. The other thing we're seeing is the community gathering place, that they've got places where they get together. I was actually talking to one person today, and she said, when I was looking at a town to live in, and there was a town that's outside of Rochester that I won't say, but she told her husband, there is no way we're living in that town where the main community gathering place is the elevator. And, you need that place where people get together. It can be some community clubs. It can be a building like what we've got here. A lot of things happen in this community center within Harmony. So all these things become a part of what can be a theme for a vibrant downtown. It is good to have it near downtown. If you were going to say one thing that you wish you could do different, if I could pick this up and I could put it downtown where it would be near the coffee shop, it would make this so much better as compared to being here at the edge of town. So you want that, ideally what you want is that place near downtown to make it work. You want retailers that celebrate local heritage.